Bad again.
That thing I want to conclude here. So because life is not must be balanced. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's inspirational discussion on fish farming business. My name is Okon Etebongama, and I'll be your lead tutor tonight. I'll be your host and your lead tutor. If I'm your host, it's meaning that you have something to tell me or something to say. So we will have to make sure that we're all carried along. I will also, I'm privileged to be here tonight to be your lead tutor too. So let us start. Tonight's topic is record keeping in fish farming business. Record keeping in fish farming business. And I would like to indulge you that you please take full attention. Give me your full attention. Take your pen and your book. Where's my book? This is my book. Yeah, this is my book. So take your pen and your book closer to you because I'm going to give you some points that you will need to write down. You need to write them down so that you'll be able to follow up easily. Even though it will be recorded, so you can watch it again. But please write down now. It's always better at the first time. So write it down now. And now that you see us to be able to ask questions, write them down now. Let's shoot. Remember I said life is not balanced. But your book, your farm book, your money book, your business book needs to be balanced. Yes, it must balance. Against all odds, it must balance. If it's not balanced, look for stick and shock it. It must balance. If it's not balanced and you cannot hold it one side, your business will close down. So your book must be balanced. And that's why you did balance sheet in your your school. You also did what's the name? You also did you did some of those things in your business studies then. So please work with me on this. Fish farming is a very lucrative business. Everybody agree to that. One thing that you have to know that has stopped people from seeing the profitability in fish farming business is simply they don't know how much they have put into the business. Whenever I'm taking a course on fish farming business, the first question people ask me that what can I do to be a fish farmer? And my first answer is always go for knowledge. Go and grab as much knowledge as possible. Look for a mentor, look for a guide, look for a teacher, and work with the person. Because this life, if you work alone, you will fail alone. However, you have to be cautious to know the things your mentor, your guide are doing that will help you to be better in your business. Listen to me. Recording or keeping a record of your activities or what you are doing is not a strange thing, and it should not be hard at all. As long as what you are doing is genuine, you should have a record for it. Some of you said you don't know how to keep record, but do you know that you keep records of your activities on social media? Yes, you keep records of your activities on social media, especially Facebook. Today, you go and drop your school. Oh, congratulations, he has passed your exam. New class. You have kept record of that child passing his exam. One day in life, somebody will ask that child, did you even go to school? The child will fall back to you. You will now open your Facebook and say, see, go and show them the day you wear uniform and went to school. Imagine you didn't have that Facebook Or you see some people post pictures on Facebook and say, Facebook, keep this for me. Meaning that they are recording their picture in the cloud. Also meaning that they can, as much as possible, go back to go and harvest those pictures one day and say, look at it, I was on the farm in year 2000. I was on so place. You are keeping that record. So why are you not keeping the record of your activities on your farm? For the benefit of those who didn't get the broadcast we sent out before this class, you will permit me to run through something. But first, what is a farm record? What's a fish farm record? I'll go back to the broadcast post later. But what's the fish farm record? At the end of this session, these are the things you should be able to do. Number one, you should be able to define a fish farm record. Number two, you should be able to know the importance of keeping records. Number three, you should be able to know the features, the things that you need to keep in the record. Number four, you should be able to keep your own farm record personally. Yes, you should be able to do that. Then we're going to go into conclusion and question and answer. So let us shoot. What's a farm record? Let's start with what you were taught in secondary school days then, or high school. You were told that farm records are documents of all activities, facts, events that takes place on the farm from time to time. Do you get that now? Is a document of all activities. 1, facts. 2, events. 3, that takes place on the farm, not in your house, not in your head, on the farm, from time to time. Do you get that now? From time to time. So if you want to keep record, the things in the record, the last point of the record is time is very important. Time, yes, it's a factor on the record. I'm going to come into the things you will see on the record, but keep that definition in mind. A farm record is also documented accounts of various activities and transactions on the farm. Activities, transactions, 2 things. Activities, transactions on the farm. Do you get that now? So if you are going to look at it critically, you see that activities is not even part of the transactions. You can carry out a transaction that is not on that farm. So meaning that you can decide to buy something like fish feed or feed somewhere, not on the farm. So if you need to record it, you need to record it on the farm. Transactions on the farm. Do we get that now? Let's continue. So a farm record is so important that if I be a lender or a funder, I want to fund your business, I want to fund your farm, I want to lend you some money, I may likely, one thing I will ask is going to be your record. I need to see your record. Yes, I need to see what is it that you have been doing on your farm. I need to see it. Now, apart from the pictures that you show me, apart from the ponds and everything, the record of activities. I went to some farms sometimes. I went to some farms, and when I get to the farm, I can't differentiate pond A from pond B. All the ponds are the same. So meaning that even the simplest way of taking a marker and writing A on your pond, so that when you are in your house, you can call your farm attendant and say, check pond A, did any fish die today? Why pond A? Pond A is different from pond B. Pond A has its own fish inside, unique and different from pond B. So it means you cannot even identify a single pond on your farm. Hey, check that pond, that big one that is close to the other one. No, not that one. Come from the east wing of the farm. Yeah, from the east wing. When you enter, count 10 steps. You are disturbing yourself. What happened to just saying check pond A, check pond B? But I went to one beautiful farm the other day. I saw different cities in Nigeria, Warri, Port Harcourt, Kano, Benin, Lagos. That's what the person named the ponds. And then on his record, you will see Lagos. How many fish are inside Lagos? You will see it there. We're coming to that. Now, what are the importance of this record? I have said something close to the importance. I've said something close to the importance. I have mentioned that that if you need to get funding, one of the things I will mention for you is to see your record, to see what are the things you have actually been doing on that farm. I will need to see it. Do you get that now? Now, why do you need to keep your record? Number one, management and planning. Management and planning. Number one, management and planning. See, he who does not plan, is already planning to fail. But how do you plan if you don't have record of what it is that has gone through your farm before? What is it you are doing in your farm? You see, the accurate record, they help farmers to manage stock, plan feeding schedules, track growth rates. This information is important for making informed decisions about harvesting and restocking. So imagine you don't have record of what you have put on your farm. Just imagine you don't have record of what you have put in your farm, the growth rate, just imagine. So how will you be able to plan how many stock I'm bringing into the farm again? Just imagine it. Imagine it. Imagine it. I will run through the importance, and so that people would not get it, will quickly get it. Another one is financial tracking. Yes, financial tracking. You know all the monies that goes in and come out of your farm. Number three is disease control or health of your fish. You need to be able to keep accurate record of how many fish die in a pond per day, per week, or per month, so that you'll be able to know that this will help you to know how many fish are left in the pond. The fourth one is compliance and certification. Imagine they want to certify your farm. They want to certify your farm. You don't have record of the things that are happening on your farm. They cannot certify your farm. The next one is improve efficiency. If you analyze your record, if there is a loss anywhere on your farm after sales, you check your farm, there is a loss. If you have made loss on your farm and you open your records, spread your records open, just open your records. You check the records one after the other. You will see where you have made mistake. You will see where you have made mistake, and you will be able to fathom and easily identify. Carefully, you'll be able to trace back your step and know where the problem is and attack it from there so that you can improve your profitability. Do you get that now? Now, the next one is market analysis. How can you analyze your market if you don't have the record of sales? Imagine when I told somebody in the year 2024, 2014, 10 years ago, that I sold fish for 2014, 2014, fish was sold around 450 naira per kg, per kilogram. 450 naira to 500 naira per kilogram. Yeah, a kilogram of catfish was sold at that point. That's what I told the person. And 10 years later, a kilogram of catfish is now around 2,400 or 2,500, depending on your location. Some are selling 2,000 naira, depending on the size of fish and depending on the market trend at that place. Now, listen, if I didn't keep record of 2014, how will I remember how much it was sold at that point? So I'm able to analyze the market, that there is how many percent? 1, 2, 3, 4, 400% increase in the price you are selling fish now. Now, does it commensurate with how many percent on feed? Let's take 2 mm feed at that point of one of the feed in Nigeria was 2 mm feed was around then it was roughly 6,000 naira. Now that 2 mm feed is 30,000 naira. That feed is 30,000 naira now. So how many percent increase? 500% increase. Yes, 500% increase. Now work with me. Imagine this one is 500% increase for feed, and fish is 400% increase. It means there's a challenge somewhere. I've analyzed the market now. I have just with the record, I'm able to analyze market. Do you understand that now? Now, another one is traceability. Another important is traceability. You should be able to trace your farm. You're able to trace your farm. Trace where the challenge is on your fish. If a particular fish is not giving what it needs to give. Now, for instance, there's a fish I process fish, and I was able to, as I was processing it, I'm noticing something. I've extracted the fat from it. So I expected very little oil and much water. What I'm seeing is I'm seeing more oil than water when it is dropping from the processing kiln. And I'm amazed. So I was surprised and I was disturbed because this fish decided not to firm. It will not firm since there's too much oil in it. Oil keep dropping. So even though I have put it on fire, on heat for the next 24 hours, I'm still seeing oil dropping after 24 hours. So I called the seller of this fish. I called him and said, this fish I got from you, it is not firming. It's a challenge with the fish. What exactly is the matter? He said, oh, he said, when did I buy the fish? I mentioned it. He said, oh, which pond did I bring it from? I mentioned the pond. He said, that pond, let me check. He called me back and said, oh, that pond, there's a particular brand of feed I used for that pond. I was test running that feed for that particular pond. So does it mean that is what happened after process? I said, yeah, that's what I saw. So he called other buyers to say the same thing, that they experienced what I experienced. So you can see traceability now. If that man did not keep record of the brand of feed he used for that particular pond, the man will not know where the problem is, and I may stop going to that farm totally. I will think all the fish in that farm are bad, because I can't keep drying fish, wasting my gas, and the fish is not drying. I dry and dry. It's not drying. Oil keep dropping after 20. Oil, not even water. See, fish contain up to 70% water. 60 to 70% of the body of fish is water. Let's give it 65% in some, and the remaining 5% is oil. Do you get that now? So by the time you dry that fish, a fish that is 1 kg decide to reduce to 250 gram to 300 gram. A 1 kg fish reduced to 250 grams. So meaning that everything you have removed from the fish, water has taken so much in their body. Now listen, imagine this fish after water has gone, oil keep dropping. So there is more oil in the fish than water, and it's a very bad omen. Processing that fish, you will suffer. Even though you cut that fish and you use it to cook pepper soup, all your fish, this thing will be filled with oil. Pot will be filled with oil everywhere. You not enjoy the pepper soup. So what I'm saying in essence is that if you don't keep record, you cannot trace it. Please let us run through this importance and round off. The next one is research and development. You should be able to have research and develop your things. If you don't keep record, you don't be able to do that. The next one is farm sustainability. You cannot sustain your farm. You cannot know if your farm is making profit if you don't keep a record. The last one is feed management. Feed management. How can you manage feed? Feed that costs you up to 70% of your total expenditure. Am I on? Yeah, I'm still on. Feed that costs you over 70% of your expenditure on the farm, and you're not keeping the record. It is quite bad. So you'll be able to manage your feed. So imagine that story I gave you now. That man told me that brand of feed is the cause. So why is it like that? Because of this challenge. Now, what are the things you need on the farm record? What are the things you need to keep in the farm? What are the things you need to record in your farm? The things you need to get, I've mentioned few things now. If you are smart, you have pick one or two things, but then I will mention comprehensively the characteristics or the features of a fish farm record. I'm going to mention it after Deborah has told us why she is here looking at us with her two big eyes.
Mr. Okun. Good evening, everyone. Good evening,
Yeah, good
everyone.
evening, Deborah.
Yes, my name is Deborah Falope, and I'm the co-founder and COO of AquaTrack. And AquaTrack is a platform that we recently developed to help fish farmers. So now, AquaTrack was basically built to solve this problem we are currently facing in terms of record keeping. So it's really comprehensive, and I'm sure as a farmer, I believe it's a very valuable tool that every fish farmer should have by now. So now the aim of AquaTrack is to eliminate traditional methods, that is manual records of using your book and pen. Now, I know most people jot on their phones. Most people don't even carry, for example, physical Bibles anymore. They use Bibles on their phone, just as how most people take records on their phone now. So now with AquaTrack, we built a platform. Let me quickly share my screen. So with AquaTrack, we built a platform now that can help you streamline this process easily. Mr. Accomplice, can you see my screen?
Your screen is showing me Falope. Now I can see the AquaTrack on your screen.
Okay, very good. So now this is the platform. It's a website for now. You can also save a shortcut to any device you're using. But you go on your browser, either your Chrome or Safari, and you search for AquaTrack. I also dropped a link in the chat in case you're interested.
Sorry, nothing is showing up. It's still showing email address sign in.
Yes, I've not logged in yet. So this is my account for AquaTrack. So now I'm about to sign into the platform. So I'm just going to quickly take you through what AquaTrack is about and everything we're doing over here. So now, as you can see, I have signed in into my dashboard. So AquaTrack is your personalized record. It's just every single thing you do on your book. But difference is now you can do it on your system, on your mobile devices, be it your laptop, your tablet, your phone, anywhere you are, you can easily keep your records. Now, in our first screen, you can see this is the dashboard of this farm. Now you can see that this farm has a capital of 6.3 million and total expenses on this farm so far is 250,000. Also, in this screen, you can see a graphical representation of your mortality rate. You can see how the farm is doing, whereby you can always come back and reference back in case you have a set that didn't do well. You also have a tax section where you can add tax. So now you need to buy feed, you need to get drugs, you need to pay salary, and you need to be reminded. You can easily set your tax now on AquaTrack and it keeps you updated. Yeah, you also have the farm details. This is like an overview of everything on the farm. As you can tell, this farm has total unit of 3,000. We have three batch on this farm currently available. We have 309 bags of feed currently available in this farm. We have 6 ponds and we have 199 units of mortality. Now, I will quickly just run through all the features and what you stand to gain with AquaTrack. So you see currently now we have the batch system. This is where you can add your batch, which is the first thing you do when starting a farm. You add your batch. As you can see, this farm currently have four batch, but one has been sold out due to the harvest, due to the fact that we've sold. But as you can see, you can add your batch. Everything is automated. Once you just put in your batch name, the unit you've purchased, the units you've purchased, and 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 every other thing, the calculation is being automated for you. You don't need to use your calculator here. Everything is fully calculated for you. So once you can fully establish your batch on this system, it comes here and reflects. Secondly, we have our ponds. Now ponds will help you track your mortality, right? Like what Mr. Okon said, every farm, I'm sure some farms, like you have like numbers or alphabets or a way you can identify each pond, right? So now the pond system helps you track your mortality. As you can see, we have pond 1, pond 2, and pond 12. So now, currently, I would want it like, okay, I don't know. Okay, let's use this one that is round units. You can see in pond 12 we have 790 units of fish in pond 12 currently eating 6 mm, and a kg of fish is there, and we have like only 10 units that has gone from this pond. So now you can edit these details now, like saying, okay, you lost extra 10 again, for example, and then once you save the changes, the system automatically picks that you've automatically lost 20 units in this pond, and what you have left is 780 units. That is the function of the pond. We have our inventory, which is very, very important with every farmer, where you can add your feeds. Now, you can see these are all the feeds you've had. You have a form. Once you come here, you add your purchase, the brand name of the feed you bought, the quantity, and like I said, everything is automated, so you don't need to start using your calculator to know how much you've spent on whatever. Once you just input the quantity and the price by per pack, that's like 30,000, you can see the system has already calculated it for you that you spent total of 90, sorry, you spent total of 900K. So you see, everything is made easy. Yeah, you can also record your expenses. Yeah, you can also track your employees and your customers. I would move quickly over to the harvest. So now the harvest is for your sales. So it's really, really going to help you track your sales. You know how it is, especially when you're having like large stocks in your farm and you're selling with your book. Most times you get to use your calculator over and over again just to stay accurate. But now AquaTrack has made it simple that once you sell, like this is the harvest that occurred in this farm. As you can see, everything is made easy. So you have an overview dashboard of everything you sold in this set. You can see total amount that was sold in this set was 5.2. Capital that was invested in this set was still 5.247. You can see this is a very bad harvest now because there wasn't much profit made here. The profits made here was just 43,000. Then you can see that total kg that was sold in this set was 2,144 kg, and we sold a total of 1,905 pieces on this set. Now you can see all the customers that bought. So we have a table-like form where you can see each customers and their purchase with their own unique total. So you don't need to, if someone comes, okay, what's my own purchase? You can just open their tab and be like, okay, your total money here is 440. You can see we have another one. If you just scroll down, okay, this person bought total of 542 worth of fish, and this is his own record. So basically, everything is made simple. I don't want to like elaborate more on here, but we can move over to the next one, which is the settings. Here is for your profile and your account. Now, the beauty of AquaTrack is that even if you're not directly involved in your farm, you can add your managers or whoever you trust, and you can also be accessing these accounts. They can add you here as a farm admin, whereby you can even be seeing what's going on your farm, even if you're not directly available. So basically, AquaTrack is just built to make your farm experience simple and easy, helping you with your records. You can also have as many farm as you choose. You can add as many farm as you want. You can see we currently have 2 farms here, and you see, basically, we're just here to make life easier. Thank you very much. I'll take it back to Mr. Okon. Is he here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, Deborah. Deborah, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Or are you
here. I'm
mute?
here. I'm here. I can hear you. You can go ahead. I think I'm done with the
No.
summary.
What? No, no, you're not done. No, you're not done
Okay.
because we need to ask you a question on these things you have presented to us. We
Okay.
are talking about record keeping, and
Yes.
you have got in a very, very fantastic record keeper for us. I call it record keeper.
Yes.
Now, you know very well that according to University of Wisconsin, um, in their aquaculture department, they were teaching record keeping, and they mentioned that there are 3 ways to keep records of, let's say, farm record keeping, and they said there's 3 ways to keep record. Number 1 is by paper. Number 2 is electronic. Number 3 by outsourcing. Now, paper is gradually phasing out. In fact, people don't print paper in places again. I can
Yeah.
totally say that the government of Edo State in Nigeria, for instance, don't do paperwork again. They digitalize everything they are doing. They put everything on digital. Okay, so meaning that we are transiting from a place where people don't keep the records in hard copy again. Now we are going into electronics. Now, the advantage of electronics is that it can be saved in a in a place where nothing can touch it for the next hundreds of years, if God permits. Now, however, another disadvantage of paper is the fact that is the fact that your your paper, the climate change advocates or activists have said that paper is causing a lot of climate change and is affecting our ecosystem. So meaning that we should lessen the number of paper we use. But so we should go digital. Now you
Yes.
have brought a very digital, you have just key into what I'm presenting tonight. You have brought a very digital record for us that
Yeah.
we can record all these things on digital. And then you have listed some simple things there, starting with the first thing. So when I was trying to take the fact that the features of a simple farm record, you have listed the features for us. The first thing you mentioned is that you need to put in your stocking date. So listeners, participants, I hope you can see that now. That on this page, you can see that the first thing you are looking at there is date, stocking date. You need to be able to know. You create a batch. You look at the stocking date. You write the date you stock this fish. So one of the features of the fish farm record is a stocking date. So this electronic form of keeping record has shown us that you need to keep the stocking date. Deborah, I think you mentioned that there can be more than one user of the platform per
Yes.
time.
Yes, you can add as many people as
Okay,
you want that you trust.
meaning that if I am not on my farm, I am not the farm manager. Somebody is managing the farm, and I'm living abroad. So I can be seeing what the person is imputing. Apart from the fact that I have security camera looking at the farm, I can see very well that the person is putting it today. We bought 100 fingerlings. The person got it there, 100 fingerlings. And I
Yes.
can see it myself. The person can see it to himself. And we keep, so if there's argument in the future, we'll say, let's go back to AquaTrack. So AquaTrack is now the judge and the jury of any dispute concerning records on your farm. Do
Yes.
we get that now? So now, you have mentioned stocking dates. What else did you mention as a feature of the things on a fish farm record? You have
Yes.
mentioned stocking date, number one. I hope you're putting that down. Number two,
You have the ponds.
another
And
one
you
you
can
mentioned is
track
what?
the ponds where you
Pond.
can track your mortality.
Now, for ponds, ponds can be numbered, right? Pond
Yes.
one, pond two. So numbering of ponds. So you after writing the stocking date, you write the pond itself. The pond can even come the stock before the stocking date. On your farm, you can have 200 ponds. So you put the pond one, pond two to 200. You can put it on alphabet. You have mentioned you can use alphabet or you
Yes.
can use number.
Anyhow you named your pond, you can save it
So
that way here.
can I name one of my pond Deborah?
Yes, of course. You add new pond and you name your pond Deborah.
So I can write pond Deborah,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or pond Debbie, which is more acceptable. So
Anyone.
write anything on the
But you
pond.
have to be stocking big fish there.
Anyone.
Oh.
So I can just write anything. It must be big fish, not
Yes.
small fish.
Yes, a big fish.
So so you have to understand that, listeners, I hope you are seeing that now. That you can actually name all your pond. Pond one, two, three, pond Alaja, pond Adiola, pond this, pond, just name all of them on the farm. It's very important. That will help you safeguard your records. That is one. So when you put 1,000 fish inside pond Adiola, for instance, you record it down. 1,000 fish in pond Adiola. Now, the boy also mentioned the things you was. Another thing you mentioned is feed. Yes, feed buying. If you are going to buy a certain brand of feed, so you write the brand, the name of the feed, eh? The brand of the feed. If the brand of the feed is called ProDave, you write ProDave feed. How many bags did you buy for that pond Adiola? You bought 200 bags. You write it down. When did you buy it? You write it down. Can you see that now? So you can now add new purchase. Add new purchase. So everything you buy for that pond, you write it down. I think AquaTrack can also add feature for sorting and for treatment. I think that feature should be added. for sorting. When you sort the fish, you should add that feature. You record the date you sort the fish. You sort pond Adiola, you sort 500 of it, you put it into the other pond. Then if there's any treatment you do at that point, you should be able to write the treatment date. Okay, so you can see the features now. I hope you are getting it now. So you need to write the treatment you administer on that very. Is there space for that? I'm saying notes. I'm saying
No,
add notes.
currently the
There's
only
no.
future,
Is there no note?
no, currently the only feature that we currently have on our pond right now is tracking your mortality. So even if you're reducing fish from here, you can also still track it this way. So let's say you're removing 500 pieces of fish from
Okay.
this pond. All you have to do is to impute it here and save change in the mortality rate. But we'll find a way to fix and add that
Okay.
sorting. So you can see what is left in this pond is
And
500 units
treatment.
and what is left is
Okay.
500. But we'll find a way to
And
impute that.
so if there were a place also to write date for treatment, okay, you treat this pond, and will is what you use to treat the pond. You check this, you treat that. Now, on that feature you have to put on your farm record is the water parameters. Of course, AquaTrack is coming up,
Yes.
and water parameters will be added in the future. You're going to have water parameters. So if you check pond Debbie today, and you see that the temperature is, I record it, temperature was 35 degrees centigrade. The turbidity is this. The total dissolved solvent is this. The just all those water parameters, you can record it down on that very pond for that very day. So this help you to be able to track whatever happens. So if you have sudden spike of mortality, then you can now look back on what happened in a certain day and say, oh, that day that we have so water parameter change or so thing, this is what we have. So you can see that. So these are some of those things, records you need to keep on your farm. You need to keep those records on your farm. Now, please don't forget also that after all these things is said and done, the best records, the best record is the simple record, just like what AquaTrack just did here. Very simple. The best record is a simple record. If record is complicated, if there are so many junks on the record, a farmer can make mistake, or the farmer may not even use it at all. So according to Jenny Vanderlyn said the best record is a simple record. So there's no, just like AquaTrack has presented this simple, follow it, log into www.aquatrackinc.com. I think it's written in the page in the book there. Just fill in and just keep doing it. The first 3 months is free, right? The first
Yes.
3 months is free. So what you need to take advantage of. And if you stock something, and in the next 3 months, if you stock juvenile now, in the next 3 months, you should enter harvest. So you can sell off and say, AquaTrack, you have helped me for this. So a cycle of smokable size of fish is 3 months. So AquaTrack is affording you opportunity to use this platform for a cycle of fish of smokable size. If you stock juvenile, you should be able to sell after 3 months. Okay, that's you should be able to have like 400 grams, 500 grams, 600 grams after 3 months. You will get that now. So please, if you have not joined this platform, go ahead and join. The link is right on the comment section there, on the chat box there. Go and join right now. Now, another good feature of a farm record is harvesting and sales. AquaTrack have provided that, harvesting and sales. Harvesting and sales. So if you harvest or you crop 1,000 kg, that is 1 ton of fish today. Okay, you crop 1 ton of fish today. You record it down. I crop 1,000 kg. After all, you sell your fish on the farm by kg, unless the very small micro farmers who sell their fish by what's the name, by pieces. Maybe you stock 150, 200, you start selling to one by one to your people around you. But if you're a large scale farmer, you sell it by kg. Now the beautiful thing is that as you are cropping, one of the feature on your farm record book again is the person that is buying from you. If the person name is called Prodate, write his name there. It's very important. AquaTrack provide that space for you. Write the name of the customer. Write it there so that you can track and say this customer has been coming to buy every three months. I see for the past 9 months I've not seen him. What is the problem? Okay, now let us go and look for why is this customer not buying. You pick up your phone and call the customer and say, Baba, we have not seen you for a period of time. Oh, what happened? You can see that feature is very good. That's one of the features that should be on your fish farm record. Yes, that's one of the features that should be on your fish farm record. Now, salary. Another feature is salary. Write it down. All the staff members of your farm, write what you are spending on salary for them. It's on that record that should be kept on your fish farm, so that when lender or investors want to come to your farm, they want to see that you're actually paying some human being salary and how much you are paying them. They want to see it. They would like to see it. So make sure you write that down. It's very, very important. Highly important. How much you are paying your staff, write them down. Remember, before I said salary, I mentioned harvest and harvest and sales. If you are selling, you are harvesting, you record harvesting, you have harvested 200 kg from pond A, you record it down. You sold that 200 kg from pond A to so customer, you write it down. That is sales. So there's a difference between harvesting and sales. So if you write harvesting and say, I got this also thing for pond A, and sales, these are the things that happens. That's how much I sold. Now remember, once you put how much you have sold at the beginning of the day where you wrote the estimated budget for your farm, that you wrote 5 million, it will now change. Maybe you have reduced 5 million to around 3 million, or 4 million. You have reduced it to 2 million, and now another 1 million has entered. So that one will now go up again. Do you understand that now? So that is how it's being. You will automate automatically. So it is easier when you use an electronic record. Although you can keep your book, it's very important. Keep your book also. But I will advise you, imagine you are not there on the farm when that thing was bought, but you are with your phone and you can check your internet on time. You just record it on time quickly and walk away. While you are not on the farm, you are already taking record of what is happening on the farm. Do you understand that now? So that's why AquaTrack is better as a record keeper than every other platform that you may want to use, or even you want to outsource it, or want to do this thing, paper record, paper recording. If your paper is too much, climate change activists will be after you. Say you are the one that is polluting the earth for us. So, Deborah, what else would you like to tell us here about AquaTrack that I have not mentioned?
Okay, like I said, like you said, even that expenses, your salary and everything can easily be tracked here. As you can see, you can also add new expenses. You can see these are total batches we have currently in the farm. So I
Maybe
want
you bought new generator or you bought solar system, you can record
yes,
it there.
yeah. So even if you just paid salary for the month, for example, and you want to allocate it across all batch, you can split it. Let's say you're paying a total of like maybe 200,000, and you want to split it across all the batch. So you just have to put 50,000 in July batch, 50,000 in May batch. Just split it across all the batch because the system is reading all the batch it has. But when you harvest any batch, the system automatically views it as sold out. So you have to be careful to know that you only create harvest when you know you're done with that set. So you can see to total everything, and then you can now add your expenses created. Then it's going to like record it across all the other batch and give you your accurate data. So and everything will also be reflecting on your dashboard. Everything you can see, my dashboard was 6 million when we started, but due to all the things I've been imputing, you see, the capital has risen to 12.4 million. So you're just staying informed over here. You can see even our batch increased to 4 because I added the new batch, which was that July batch. And so far, so good.
Well, we should see. We're not seeing. No, we're not seeing what you say. We should see.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about the farm details. Where you can see that
We're
the
not.
batch
We're
has.
not seeing the screen. We're not seeing the screen.
You're not seeing.
The screen. The screen that where you say we should see.
Okay, but like, are you seeing?
Aha. It's better now. It's on now.
Yes, okay. So you can see now the batch increased to 4. When we started, it was at 3 because of one batch was sold out. But when I added the July batch, you can see this graph is showing us that okay, we have 4. And then from the pie chart, you can even see that our mortality rate is so big that it's now red, like it's visible now that it's not good. So with all this informed data, you can now see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and you can always go back, like Mr. Okon said, you can always trace it back. And maybe, and if you have a batch that did it, you can also always trace it back and see, okay, what did I do, how many bag of feed did I use for this set, what feed did I use that gave me this result, and so far so good. So it keeps you accountable, it keeps you informed with what's happening in your farm. Also, once your mortality rate is increasing, it also gives you an idea of like how many pieces of fish you have left. So it is also like a theft control. It also helps with control, right? And AquaTrack is just starting out. We just launched, that was June. And as we are growing, we are inputting a lot of amazing features that we can use to improve the system for everybody. Because I myself am also a fish farmer, and we directly beat AquaTrack because of the problems we were facing during the whole process. I started fish farming in 2020. So now we also have a chat bot in case you have any problem and you want to reach out to the team. So we have a chat bot whereby you can actually reach us out to like drop your feedbacks. Maybe if you have like a feature that you need that you feel like can be added, we are, of course, we are open to feedbacks, healthy feedbacks. We also have our social media handles whereby you can follow us and also drop your feedbacks there, because we are building AquaTrack for all of us. We are all in this together, right? So anything we can use to like impute, like we can use to add that can make it easier for you to flow. Of course, like I said, we are open to improving our system. We are open to advancing so that we can make a very bright future for all the fish farmers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Deborah. I've just dropped a note for you in direct privately. So if you're interested, I wrote a small note actually for this thing. I wrote a very summary of what I have said today. I've written as a small note. If you're interested in the note, you can contact AquaTrack later, and they will share the note with you later. So let's get that out of the way. So we have 5 minutes for questions now. Now, let us have the questions falling in. You can write it down, you can raise up your hand, and let us have your questions, please. Questions, questions, questions. You can raise up your hand. You can raise up your hand, or you can raise up your hand, or you can drop it in the chat box. Okay. We have one hand up there. Can you unmute yourself and ask a question so we can proceed?
Okay, I just wanted to ask, is there going to be any type of security recording, like camera features added in the future, so I can have everything on one app rather than looking at your app and then going to look at my security cameras? Are you going to incorporate that in, or is that not something you're looking at?
Oh, it's definitely something we are looking at, Ma. Thank you very much for the question. Like I said, you are still growing. We just started out. So yes, it's like a very just we are also like we are planning, basically what we are planning for AquaTrack is not just the software aspect. Right now, what we've solved is just the software aspect, which is like record keeping and stuff. So with time, we plan to like incorporate AI, smart sensors, like all these water quality monitors, like Mr. Okon said earlier, even all these automated feeding systems, and of course camera. So basically AquaTrack is just focused on making the whole farming process seamless. So definitely yes, it's something we are looking at.
Okay, so are we expecting to have a quarter on my farm and spying on my on my employees? So any other question, please, before we call it a night? Are there questions in the message box? Okay, no question. In the absence of all the questions, you have seen the contacts there. Okay, please make use of those contacts you have seen. Make use of those contacts you have seen, and make sure you contact AquaTrack after now. My name, I said, is Okon Etebongama, and I am the CEO of Godev Integrated Farms and Services. What do we do at Godev? This is what we do. we enlighten you, we lecture you, we give you knowledge on what you need to be better in your farm. Then we are also into farm setup. We sell all everything you need on your farm, starting from the ponds to the fingerlings to the table size to the dry fish. You mentioned dry fish now. Now we are diversifying into feed production, so we do feed now. So our feed is one of the most affordable in the market now. So if you need it, you can still use the contact over there on the chat box. And okay, our business contact for WhatsApp is this. So use that to make sure you reach out to us for whatever you need on fish farming business. Thank you very much for tonight. I would like to see all these beautiful faces and more of these beautiful faces shortly, very soon. I would like to see all your faces. It's very important that I see these faces again. I want to see you succeed in business. And that is why, as I succeed, you know why you need to succeed in business? Here's why you need to succeed in business. If you hear me say, I want to see you succeed in business, this is why. Now, um, here is why I want to succeed in business. I sell fingerlings. I sell table size also sometimes. I sell feed. I sell all these things. As long as your farm is open and you are making sales and you're making profit, you will come to me and buy these things now. So why don't I want you to succeed in business? You will come. And if you are making sales, you are making profits, you also tell your neighbor, who will tell his neighbor. All of you will now be opening farm beside each other in your area. You can have a fish farm estate, and you'll be who supplying. It's me, isn't it? So why don't you want it to succeed? That's why I'm here with you. Whatever questions you need to succeed as a fish farmer, please don't hesitate to reach out. God bless you tonight, and I wish you a resounding week, a week of stressless. Remember, nothing should move you. Just keep everything you are doing. Write it down.
Oh, network. Guys, Mr. Akon is having serious issues with his network, but thankfully it happened at the end of the session. So yeah,
To write them down. Thank you, Deborah, for tonight for showing us the way to keep our record. We enjoy
yeah,
your very fast lecture on fish farming business and record on AquaTrack.
yes. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining. Really appreciate. And we hope to see you again next time.